Here's a little more serious question.
Yo.
What do you do when you have to take a shit during a long set?
You know, I'm not one to play mixes.
And be honest.
Yo, when I did his wedding,
I took a shit in the middle of the stage.
We were looking for you.
we were wondering where you went. We were wondering where you went.
Moyo, where the fuck
I
is
have that one Wapango mix that never fails.
When you hear that Wapango mix,
You know it's
That's the cue that he's in the bathroom.
if you hear redoblado,
you got
if you hear redoblado, not the Desperados version, the original version.
No, I
by
know what you're
Cadetes.
talking about.
If you hear the redoblado,
And that shit has a long intro too.
yeah, like
oh my. Oh, my.
Cause slow down. Yeah, and me, I'm over in the bathroom. Yeah,
Oh, you're pushing every.
you're on push number 2. Buenas.
All right. Cheers. Cheers.
This is
L'chaim.
This is
What episode is
This is a common tradition.
episode
This is gonna be 53.
53,
53.
Yes, sir.
which is very fitting because actually I'm not sure what 53.
Why?
I'm not sure
Like,
why.
yo,
I
this
just-
dude is
I just-
smart, dog. It's very fitting because on the 53rd day of the year, Columbus
One day-
discovered
May,
a
may he
little
go-
island off of the coast of Yucatan.
Does it say something about you depending on your thing of choice, your chalice of choice, plastic
Your
or
cup?
glass, or is it just like an age thing, or is it just a field thing, or
I
is it
think
just environmental?
I
Yeah,
think
really
I think it's a
don't, yeah.
setting thing too.
Yeah, no, compadre, like when you go to the store, if they tell you, you know, what is it, plastic or paper?
paper or plastic?
Am I the bad guy because I say plastic every time?
Yes, well, I don't know.
No, you're like
All
a-
right, so let's
You
go
went-
ahead and get it started with introductions, and then we'll go from there. All right. So
Yeah, because if I start going like this,
this
if I
guy,
start I'll go forever,
Down
dude.
the right- oh, where'd it go?
he takes the red pill.
Yeah, I do. That's just almost fuchsia. I mean, taking the red pill. Welcome to Macy's Be Like. I am Specs.
DJ Tricks. Nice to meet you.
Oh.
And I am Checo, and we have a special guest today.
So
All right.
what camera am I looking at, like, just to be safe? Is it something that,
We just
Whichever-
have
all of them. We
wherever
use all
one-
of them.
I don't want you to
Those
feel
what you
obligated.
look at, Checo?
You know what? It doesn't matter, man. You're
I'm gonna look at
Tengo los
you.
ojos cruzados y me vale.
Oh, well, that's better.
Yeah, I can see
That's
that.
better.
Really looking at the camera,
absolutely,
really.
absolutely.
No, yeah. We're here today. Special guest DJ Moyo.
Thank you guys for the invite. Salud.
Thank you.
Again, yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Where can the people follow you on? Let them know.
DJ Moyo, everything pretty much.
On anywhere?
Yeah, I always say con Y pelado because with a Y, I had a guy right up.
With 2 L's or something?
No, let me tell you. Okay, yeah, you know, we are from here, right? But we say why, yo, right? Like,
Yeah.
yo.
Hey, yo.
Moyo.
Okay, dude.
Or is it Moyo? Oh.
This dude who's Mexican wrote an article when I went to Premios Juventud in 2010. He writes an article, right? Nice article, amazing article, and it's one of these magazines that are like beautiful, you know, with the cool ass pictures and everything.
Professional.
Dude, the whole damn thing, Molo, double L, the whole thing, man.
Posted everywhere.
Bro, it was beautiful. I ain't showed nobody, dog.
Oh.
My mama didn't get a copy.
It wasn't something you were proud of.
No, I'll give her.
Waiting for this moment.
He didn't
I'll
message
give
you.
her the
And,
Observer, dog, but I ain't gonna give her yours, dog. And
he didn't message you
you.
and say, "Hey, you ain't promoted yet." I ain't.
No, he made like 10,000 copies, dog. Like you couldn't
Archive
show it to me,
those.
bro.
No,
So,
archive.
Yeah, like, and I got on the radio one day, and I'm like, yo, if a lot of people listening to me, I gotta tell them not to misspell my shit.
Yeah, that.
So I
but
was
I
like,
think that's
yo.
one of the first things you proofread would be the name.
Yeah,
Or like, you know, like,
but it's
I think that's like the most important
no,
part of
it's
the
like,
article.
no, it's correct because in those countries, LL is literally in the alphabet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
It's called
gonna make
AJ.
sure not to put LL on this
No,
episode.
please.
like
That's what I'm telling you. Con Y pelado. That's literally what I say.
Like
Yeah.
Yama. Like
Because then
Yama.
when people search you, if it's Raza, you gotta tell them it's DJ Moyo con Y pelado, because they be like, oh, it's with a Y, dog, because I put double L.
Yeah. I mean,
Moyo.
you've been in the game a while. Did you ever have any like sort of like with the name, any issues with the name, like when you first started out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long episode.
I mean, these are things that are like people are curious
Let
about.
me tell
know?
you, okay. Go first of all, I'm almost called jalapeño en gandules, dog. I'm Mexican and Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Okay.
My mom's from Matamoros, Mexico.
Hey.
Yeah, because a lot of people want to know.
Yeah,
people have
yeah.
questions.
No,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. Because I was just with a
ambiguous.
band who just dropped an amazing single, Los Impostores de Nuevo León.
All right.
They about to blow if they haven't blown yet. Shout out to Impostores. Yo, let me tell you.
Put me
So
on.
as soon as I walk outside of the thing, they're like, "Oye, ¿dónde eres?" I'm like, "Oh," because they heard me. I was DJing, turning up the crowd. I was like, and they're like, "Y este güey dónde sale?" You know, and it happens
fuck
a
I
lot.
find this? Yeah.
It's happened a lot with a lot of bands, because when I started interviewing, they started asking. But my dad named me Moyo because as a nickname.
As a nickname.
Yeah, but when I started DJing, I tried to be the Choco Taco.
Nah,
tried
I don't-
to be.
nah.
Listen,
I like that. No,
this
I
is
want-
a long
I like
time.
that. I like that.
This is a long time ago, and everybody liked Choco Tacos, dog. I was like, yo,
They
chocolate,
discontinued it, by the
taco.
way.
I'm trying to tell you, I was in when it was in style. I was about to pull it off. The Choco Taco or Kid Panic, like Hispanic kid. I thought it was gonna be something dope.
I mean, that's
But let me tell you, so then I'm in the little lab that we had, and my dad, we just getting our stuff together, and he's like, and I'm telling these names, you know, and he's looking at me like, Chaco. He said, "Boy,"
Wait, what's
he
say it
said,
again?
I named you Moyo. You're gonna be Moyo. I'm like, what? DJ Moyo. I was like, Dad, you know how hard it is? That I gotta tell people my name. That no one know me back in the day. I was like Greg. Yeah. My name's Gregorio. Dog.
Goyo.
Like, back in the day, and so I'm like, and only my family knew me as Moyo. So now I gotta go out and introduce myself as DJ Moyo, which means black dude.
Right.
So then my first club gig, I got on the radio.
What did you start off gigging first? Like what kind of music?
What? It was Mexican, right away.
Mexican music.
right away.
Right from the jump.
Yeah, I do a lot of like I was doing after school, Alpha High School. I started doing after school programs, tutoring kids.
I want to talk about that also,
Okay.
but we'll get to that.
Well, all my kids, they were raza like us. You know, I was raised in out here Waimama Ruskin area, and all of them were like me. So we were all at a car wash one day. I had just bought all my stuff, and I'm like, hey, listen, so I'm about to start this DJ thing. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, like I want to play music. Oh, cool. And they were like, 14, 15 years old. I was about 18, 19. And I said, but I don't want to, and I loved hip. I was telling tricks. I said, I love hip hop.
Yeah.
But I was like, but I don't want to play that music. I want to play what you guys like. And so they started giving me the rundown. And one little girl, her name's
What
Michelle.
played at
shout
the
out Michelle.
household? Like what did mom play?
At
Like
my house?
influences.
Oh, my mom was Bookies. My mom was Caminantes. My mom was, like Rigo Tobar.
like Saturday cleaning music.
That was her
That
all
was her.
day. But then my dad, he's Puerto Rican.
Right.
So like when he got drunk with the fam around, he was like, "Mijo, put on music." And it was like cassettes with Fredo Vargas. And we were just talking about all the things that he would, it was all merengues. So everything that was danceable. So when I started DJing, I remember going to Miami and discovering bachata. And at my first party, I had to teach kids how to dance bachata. Because I was like, they gotta know all this. So it's really neat.
yeah.
So I started DJing because of the kids. But 3 or 4 years later, those kids were club age, and I started the clubs, and they filled the clubs up.
Yeah.
It just happened.
Mira, güey, yo te quiero decir, te estoy hablando 1997, güey, 1997. I wasn't raised in this area. My parents were farm workers, so like we moved from place to place. We ended up here in Ruskin.
All right.
Ended up going to Ruskin Elementary. Se me pasó el bus, güey. And I remember you called my aunt to come scoop me up. I used to stay at the Campo Los Mormones, the trailers. And I remember, dude, I was 1997, dude. I was like 9, 10.
Yeah.
I was fucking freaked out. Dude. I was like, dude, when the fucking bus left me, bro. And then you're like, nah, I got you. What did you do at Ruskin Elementary, bro?
I work with the Migra program. I'm a former Migra. Like, I remember listen. I dropped out when I was in high school, bro. I dropped out, and I remember my dad. He worked in the fields, and I used to tell my dad, "Yo, Pop, I want to go with you." And he'd be like, no. And I'm like, fuck. I want to go with you. No. And one day he said, I le digo, ¿por qué? He goes, porque te va a gustar. He goes, you're going to like the money. And he was right. Because one day I'm 11 years old, takes me to the packing house. I love that shit. My first check was $99.75.
Nice.
And he cashed it right then and there. I was happy as shit, bro. And I didn't stop. Like, I had my first job at 13. I was selling candy in the middle school. Like, I was a little entrepreneur since I was a kid.
Hustler.
Yeah. So, but you fast forward, and I dropped out because of it. Because I rather go for the easy money. So I dropped out, and that shit was not easy. Like, I had to find work, and Dad's like, the fields is the only thing left. I was like, oh, hell no, I'm going to go back. So I went back to school. And I remember that migrant advocate at the school at East Bay, Mr. C, shout out Mr. C, he says, what you going to do? I just got a scholarship for turnaround student of the year. And he's like, I said, I'm going to come back, take your job. And he's like,
What?
you cocky fucker. And he's like, damn it. He's like, I'll come back, take your job. And he's like, really? I said, yeah, I'm going to major in social work. So that's what I did. I majored in social work at USF. And I wanted to be a migrant advocate. And I became a migrant advocate, which is a teaching position in the school system. But I work with the kids, same as me, that are in the same situation.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of ended up in that whole. So
That's how you called my aunt.
yeah.
But-
Well, back then, what it was,
Migrant workers.
I was a migrant recruiter, so I would go
Okay.
out and make sure that families were identified,
Okay.
and they knew all the resources of the school.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was
Dang.
terrified.
You're welcome.
I was terrified.
By
I
the
was
way.
terrified.
Hey, so how'd you get started? You don't got to say what year, so they don't know what.
Oh,
So the
man.
ladies don't know how old you are. But how'd you get started?
Le gustan los mayores.
Thank you, G. How you get started DJing, and who was like an inspiration DJ wise?
DJ wise, well, I got started at 13, and I have this fight with my boy Julio, my manager, because I told him I love hip hop so much, and one day Nas came, and I was like, what you doing tonight? We're coming out the gym. He's like, I'm gonna go see Nas. I said, man, you ain't gonna tell me that Nas is coming. He's like, man, I ain't know you like Nas. I said, man, I love hip hop. Like, it was just like, but I just got sucked up into everything else, you know?
Yeah.
There was no DJs when I started, so I did that out here. Like, every DJ out here I know and knows what we went through. But that was a long, long time ago. And the second part of the question was,
Who inspired you?
all right, there's only one DJ to this day that I can say like I see what he does, and it just grabs me. And I think that my mix show, I'm on 6 stations right now, right, Julio? I'm on 6 stations right now. And my mix show is called El Arranque Mix. I'm on La Ley.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So, and I'm on pretty much every Mexican station in the state. I'm on right now in Florida.
That's awesome.
It's a blessing. But my style of show is all hype. It's like all energy. I'm screaming in the mic. Like, this thing is like you at the club for that whole hour. Well, El Arranque Mix is because Funk Flex, he's a DJ out of New York, Hot
Mr.
97.
Flex.
Yes, and Funk Flex to me is the epitome of MCing. And like you heard Fat Man Scoop with the hip hop tracks. All right,
Man.
it's like
Mix drop.
yeah. So I just never sat there and recorded my shit and put it out in the club like that. Maybe we'll do that this year. But that's kind of how I said this is what I want to take. I want to take the club to the people, and Funk Flex to me has always done that.
I mean, but look at what you've done. Like, because when you were coming up, like, there was no social media, there was no Facebook, well, there was MySpace.
No,
but
it was before that, yeah.
yeah, I mean,
remember
but
what
you've
MySpace,
managed to, like, solidify yourself as one of the greatest here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, it's just I started so long, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just talking about a buddy of mine. I was when you do, you do. I read a book that talked about signs. So when I was young, that's what it was. Like, something would tell you to go that route. You guys, something told you guys to do this,
Right,
and
right.
something will come along and slap you on the side of the head and be like, damn, I think we should do that.
Do you know what that was?
Huh?
Do you know what that was?
What?
Like, do you remember that moment in time where
Oh,
you were
yeah,
like,
I watched Beat Street when I was 13 years old. And I remember it was the first VHS tape that they brought to my house. VHS tape. My brother went out and rented a damn VCR. We in the camp. I mean, we in Waimama, like they ain't no VCRs. Kids, Google VCR. So
What's that?
yeah, they had to rent this machine, and this machine played a tape.
You mean VR?
Yeah,
You mean
no,
VR?
it's VCR. Yeah, like
Be kind, rewind.
Be kind, rewind. So they rent this thing, and the first tape is two things: is a comedy show by Eddie Murphy, which is delirious. It's amazing. I recommend it to everybody.
So great.
And the second one was Beat Street. But Beat Street to me, like, just laid into me. It was about graffiti, hip hop in itself, and the essence of DJing and breakdancing. It was everything. And to me, that was it. But I lived in the sticks. Like, we live in the sticks. It's like, how do I get this? But we traveled up north to work in the blueberries and the peaches. And up north, I'm half Puerto Rican. So up north, my family lives in Jersey, and so I'm able to hear freestyle music. I'm able to listen to all these different things, and I come back and I'm like, I knew who LL Cool J was before he was playing down here. Every time Run DMC before they were playing down here. So I was always on music. Every time I'd go up north, I was like, what can I bring back?
Yeah.
You know, and that was just my thing. And so music was everything. And then my parents, of course, telling me to play music at the parties. And it was an obvious choice of where I'd end up.
Okay. So you know how you're a DJ, right? And so I'm a DJ too. It's like whenever you go to a party, they're like, "Oh, put music on. You're a DJ."
Yeah.
I have every time. Like, it's like you see a boxer somewhere, but oh, you're a boxer. What do you want me to do? Punch you in the in the ribs? Or, I'm not gonna show off my skills everywhere. It's like, bro, that happens everywhere.
No, wait, one time we walked into a meeting, right? I hate to say it, but I was like, we walked in a meeting, and the lady was like,
We won't say with who.
no, not at all. But I was like, oh, provide me with the music that you need, and we'll put this together. And she's like, but you're the professional. I'm like,
Oh my!
whoa!
Wait
Like,
a minute. You watch your mouth.
I don't know what, like, you know,
Like
I was
the-
like, I'm probably the best like DJ you'll ever see in this kind of thing because I've been doing it so long. I was like, but no one can predict what you want. Like only you
How you
have
feel
a
and
vision of
stuff
what
and-
you want. I said, I need that from you. You know, it's like people, they sometimes they look at you and like, he's just going to automatically.
He got it.
But I'm not like right now we're talking like this, but this ain't always. I had to learn to be like this.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
dad wanted to give me the mic, and I was like, I don't want the microphone. He said, boy, if you don't get that microphone, you ain't gonna make no money. And I didn't understand. Yeah. So when you said about the name Moyo, I was like, I used to walk out on the first time I walked out on a stage, I didn't know I was black. Listen to this.
Wait,
Listen to this
wait,
shit. No,
wait a minute.
no, like I walked out.
He had an epiphany.
Bro, I went to a school, I didn't know English.
Okay.
So the black kids were like, what the fuck? You don't know English. And the Mexican
what's
kids
wrong
were
with
like,
you?
what's this black dude doing? Like, talking Spanish. So my ass was in fights with either one or the other. And then when I moved to another school, in the middle school, I was like, oh shit, there's good black kids. Because I thought every black kid was bad. That was like me and they were like, ¿por qué estás traumado? Like I was in fights every day of my life. So when I get out in front of a crowd and they're like, they hear me on the radio, but then they see me, this happens all the time. Like that's why we make these demos with my face, because it's like they see you and they're like, oh shit, he really is Moyo.
They start balling their
did
fist
you
up.
like have like obstacles like that? Like, did you ever feel like, man, I don't fit in on the Mexican side, and then like the
Oh yeah, and it's an all the time thing. But there's a song, The Boy Named Sue, is by Johnny Cash, and the dude's father named him Sue, right? And he's like, man, and his dad left when he was a kid, so he says, when I see this motherfucker, his dad, when I see this motherfucker again, I'm gonna beat him up on sight because he named me Sue. So when he finds his dad at a bar, he sees him, and it looks just like his ass. So he knew it was his dad. He's like, oh, hell no, that's that guy that named me Sue. He went and started whooping his ass, biting his ear. They were like, and he was about to kill him. He goes, I'm about to kill him. And he said, yo. Yeah, he said, no, swear to God. He said, listen to the song. He's like, listen, before you kill me, I knew I wasn't going to be your dad. I knew I wasn't going to be around to be a good dad. So I named you Sue because I knew that you would learn to defend yourself.
be tough.
And be tough. So
What a good dad.
the first time I walk out on stage, and you see, I remember it was like 75 people because it was a slow night, and they're like,
Este quién es?
Yo, my ass had to start cracking jokes. I had to do whatever I had to do to make these people like what they see, and like I had to win. And so now I have to walk in a room to people that don't know me, and tell them I'm Mexican, and for them to like people. I've had Mexicans in front of me like, nah. You are not Mexican, dog. Like, I'm like, yes, I am, yo. Like, and no, and fuckers that are blacker than me telling me, they're like, I'm like, yo, you black as shit, and you telling me I'm not Mexican? Like, come on, dog. I had a guy with my mama. I remember it was like, yo, dude's like, he comes in. My mom was on the register, and dude's like, counting some change. You know, he needs some ice. He like, oye, ¿cuánto por el hielo? And my mom's like, and I was the stocker of the beer. So I'm like, I'm back here in the back. I'm like, it was a long time ago, so it was 79 cents. So I'm like, 79 centavos, and I back up. And he's like, cállate, pinche mayate.
Oh, shit.
Yo.
Did you lose it?
No, not me. My mom, bro.
Oh, wow.
My mom got the change.
Don't
She's
talk about
like,
my baby.
Hijo tu pinche madre. And she threw it on him. She goes, ese es mi hijo, y es más mexicano. Like I remember. And I started laughing. I started laughing at the ignorance.
Yeah.
And I grabbed him and I pulled him out like if I was a bouncer at a club. And I pushed him out the thing. Yo, shout out Wesco. So I was like, yo, so I pushed him out. And it was just like, and then some days it'll make me upset. So I was just some days it'll make you upset. It's like, yo, how many ignorant people are there?
Here's a little more serious question.
Yo.
What do you do when you have to take a shit during a long set?
You know, I'm not one to play mixes.
And be honest.
Yo, when I did his wedding,
I took a shit in the
I had
middle
to
of
go.
the stage.
We were looking for you.
we were wondering
Yo,
where
where
you
Moyo
went.
go?
We were wondering where you went.
Moyo, where the fuck
I
is
have that one guapango mix that never fails.
When you hear that Wapango mix,
You know it's
That's the cue that he's in the bathroom taking a shit.
if you hear redoblado,
Yeah, you got
if you hear redoblado, not the Desperados version, the original version
I
by
know what you're
Cadetes.
talking about.
If you hear the redoblado,
And that shit has a long intro too.
yeah, like
oh my.
Cause slow down. Yeah, and me, I'm over in the bathroom.
Oh, you're pushing every.
you're on push number 2.
That's a question. Do DJs use the same bathroom that club goers go to, or do you guys have
sometimes you have to.
Like a green room,
because they're not known to have the best bathrooms in clubs.
That's a good
Are you
point.
let me hold it,
Or you run to the nearest gas
Ando
station.
cagando, let's go right now.
Or that's in your. You need that in your contract before you go. Like I need a fucking porta
Fuck
potty.
the green room.
Yeah.
I need my own bathroom.
Yeah.
Man, you must take a lot of shit.
Listen, I told you I was in the business. So
Okay.
I had a DJ come to me one time, and he's like, yo, I can bring a lot of people up in here. I'm like,
I've heard that before.
all right. You know, I was like, I'll give you a night. And he came out, and he ain't do what he had to do. And I'm like, yo, there's different money for everybody. I was like, but I'm not only like from the very first time I DJed at a nightclub, only one time I got paid as like an employee because I'm a businessman. It's like, and I tell people all the time, you want to do what you do, but if you want to get to certain levels, you got to change it up. You know what? I remember Premios Juventud. I did Premios Juventud in 2010. It's a long time ago, and I sat there with the producer. His name's Mr. Suarez, and he says, Pitbull. I had just said hi to Pitbull, and I sat down. And I remember I sit down. I was like, yo, Pitbull's cool. and Mr. Suarez was like, Armando?
Wasn't it Reyes?
Listen, this is before people knew his name Armando, right?
Damn.
He goes, Armando's the smartest businessman I know. I said, damn,
Yeah,
dog, like, what?
I just said hi to
Yo,
Pitbull.
and today Pitbull's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not and just business wise. Like my man got schools.
Oh,
He
damn.
talks.
Oh yeah,
for-
my
he
sister
talks
goes
for
to a
Tony
school.
He talks for Tony Robbins. He goes on national.
It's called shout out Slam.
Worldwide.
Slam
Yeah,
Apollo.
Slam.
What
Thank
the
you.
hell?
My sister goes there.
Yeah.
Pitbull?
Yeah,
He
I'm
has
trying
them
to tell you.
in Miami too.
Yo, in my people,
The son
they
goes
like,
there.
what?
My kid goes there.
That's pitbull shit. Like, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing, but you know, it's like the guy said, and that's it. When I first went, my first nightclub, my first club I ever did, where I had to walk out and like really defend myself.
Oh, I thought you could do your thing.
No. Yeah, I
thought
did
you
my
take
thing.
shit.
But when I walked out and I had to like make people like really jive to what I do, right? So
What year are we talking about? Set the scene.
Oh,
90.
just to say 90s, just say.
No, it's late 90s. My first promoter gig was in 99.
Where?
99.
What was the name of the club?
That was Spurs and Ybor.
Spurs. And
Spurs was a
okay.
country club. But right before there, I would say either 98 or right at the end of 98, I was on the radio and they invited me to be at what today is OK Corral.
Okay,
And it was called Latinos. So I went to Latinos and
yeah, I heard about
I
that.
remember the owners at the time, they would cut me $20. I wasn't getting paid a lot, bro. I was getting paid $150 for 2 days. This is a big lesson to a lot of people.
I'd like to hear this.
It was $150 for 2 days. Which anyone
Back then,
in
is that back then?
you'd be happy as shit.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about minimum wage back then was like $3 and like 10 cents. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So, yeah, it was bad.
Price
So,
of gas is higher than that. Holy shit. Oh, shit.
I had to work 2 hours for that tank, for that gallon.
Put
So
my check
no.
on this pump.
So it was they were paying me that, but I remember getting my little envelope and that shit had like $130. They shorted me $20.
Oh, hey.
I'm like, it's cool. It was just cash, whatever. I was like, my
Toilet.
mistake.
It was
It's
a toilet.
20.
It was a toilet paper, bro, that you used.
But it was a 20. It was a 20. I was like, it was nothing. So I was like, and the following week, I remember they gave me the envelope again. I was like, hey, listen. So last week I was shorted like $20. It's okay, but I'm just saying. So she's like, okay, never happened again. Shit, I went home. That envelope, that shit still was shorted $20. I said, what the hell's going on? So the third week I went back. I'm like, yo, what's going on with this? You shorted me $20 twice already. Is this envelope shorted $20 too? And she's like, look, it's kind of slow. And on Friday, listen, I went into this place and it was slow. It was just slow on Fridays.
Yeah.
It was slow Friday. Saturday was packed.
She wasn't wrong.
No.
Shit was
but
slow.
it was no. But I was like, how many people were here? Well, about 50 people on Friday and 500 on Saturday. I'm like, but on Friday, the 50 people, did they dance? They said yes. I said, that's my job. My job is to make people dance. My job ain't to get them here. So I was like, I did my job. So I walked to the owner's office and I'm like, hey, listen, so I need $250 for a night. For the weekend. Because I'm losing money because I have gigs. I gigged. I gigged quinceañeras in West in the beginning, which is a business.
Yeah.
This is a business. So from there, that was the last time like I really just drew a check from anybody because that guy's like, oh, well, I can't pay you that. I'm like, okay.
$250. Yeah, all right.
Fast forward 2 years, the same guy has me sitting in his office offering me thousands. And I'm like, no. And he's like, but why? The lady was in the room. I was like, because that lady right there, if you remember, she was shorting me $20 on my envelope. And all I asked you for was $250. When now I'm making thousands. You are at, you see the difference,
Oh,
is
yeah.
right?
And then-
It's because, and I was just talking about that last week, this past weekend was, destiny is something else.
Oh, yeah.
Destiny is something else because that man right there, and he'd have gave me those $250 for the weekend, I'd have never done what I did. Because I went and opened my first nightclub. 2 weeks later, I was in Ybor City with my little brother, my godson, and some friends from Wachula. And I remember it was a Thursday night, and we walked into this little country place called Spurs. And my brother's like, yo, man, you could do this. I'm like, I could do what? He goes, you could do this nightclub. I'm like, no, I can't do this nightclub. He's like, yes, you can. This little homeless guy like chilling on the side. You could tell, like my man just there to drink. Like, but he ain't got no money, so he's just sitting there, ain't nothing in front of him. And he's like, he hears me and my brother talking. He's like, It was just light music, bro, country music playing. And he's like, and Gordo's like, man, we should really ask these people. And he's like, hey, I know the owner, the guy says. And Gordo's like, you do? He's like, if you buy me a beer, I'll get them for you. And Gordo's like, cool. And he goes and gets this guy named Steve. Steve comes out. And I ain't even, like, I was like, hi. And my brother was like, this is DJ Moyo. You don't understand. They won't do a parade in Waimama without him being in front of the damn floats. And it was like, you know, he just talked me up, dog.
Hyping you up.
Bro. And he's like, you think you could do something here? Because last time a guy came in, tried to do a Mexican night, and we just sat outside and watched the cars pass by. I'm like, I say, look, man, I could try. And I could tell you maybe 3 weeks later, with promotion, everything that we did, we changed it. Instead of Thursday, we did Sundays. And we called it Domingos Pa La Raza. And that was the first club that I ever promoted. And the first night I got there, and it was 8 people. I remember I walked in, it was like 8 o'clock at night. I had just come from a little radio station in Bradenton. And I walked in, and I seen 8 people on the barandal, on the side. And I remember being like, hell yeah, I made it, son. Somebody came to see me. Like 8 people, I was just like, that's the happiest. Like, just I saw those 8 people, I was like, rest of my night was set. I was gonna DJ for these 8 motherfuckers and have a good time. Yo, 8 people turned into 10 people, 15 people, 20 people. Bro, by the end of the night, I had 1,400 people in that place, bro. The owner came around, he's like, hey, the line is around the block.
Ybor City?
Ybor City, on a Sunday.
On a Sunday.
And I'm like, around the block. Bro, Raza don't know how to act. They had so many fights that night.
Well, that is true.
They're like, oh, Plant City in here and why, mama? Oh, it's going down. Bro, it was crazy. And the bouncers quit. The security quit. And they were big boys, too. I remember they were like built guys. They're like wrestlers. And the owners, there was 2 owners. And they were running around. And the bouncers were like, because, bro, when I take 1,400 people in a room, bro, it's just not funny.
No, so too many Mexicans in one spot.
It was ugly, bro. And I remember the guy was like, Mo, I had to give a bouncer $200. I was like, $200 for what? He's like, because he's like, man, fuck this. This ain't worth paying. And the guy, and he's like, bro, I'll give you anything. You can't leave. And the guy's like, He goes, I'll give you $200. It was, okay. So the guy stayed. The bouncer stayed, but Raza was running up and down the streets with shirts on, dog.
You see how they are in Qatar at the World Cup.
You know, Raza don't know how to act, dog. Yo, we love you, Moyo, but let the CD skip back in the day. They'd be like, culero. Oh, I'm like, and I'm going to get on the mic. Oh, yeah? Like, I would call them out on their little culero stuff, boy. I mean, look here. I shut this bitch down.
No, I was going to ask, like, has DJing, like, interfered with your, like, relationship life? Like, because I'm saying, like, that, I know about that.
I'm single. I don't know if that's what it is, though. I think, you know, if you're going to be faithful, you're going to be faithful. It's your pick of the person,
Is it hard, like, balancing personal life and, like, DJ life? Like right now, what does DJ Moyo's agenda through the week look like? Like, what do you got?
I mean, I got. Yeah, we should have been doing this already because I would have took the shot. I mean, during the week, really, I have my radio program. El Arranque Mix. But, I mean, that's really the basic of it. We do La Terraza on Saturdays. We put, talk promotion at the beginning of the week.
Bad Boys with you there.
Yeah. So we do that.
Who's bad?
My DJs. Yeah.
Bad Bunny.
Okay, I gotta say shout out DJ Corne, el Bad Boy DJ Juan Jose, DJ Speedy Jr.
Hey, real quick, I just wanna say a story.
Yo.
That I used to hang out with DJ Juan Jose, and I wanna say a story that happened. I'm gonna say 2006.
Okay.
It was me and my best friend. Shout out Vale. So we were hanging out with this guy, right? DJ Juan Jose, and Villa Sorrento, Bradenton.
Yeah.
All right. Thursday night. No, it was Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember. But they used to do a wet T-shirt contest. So, dude, that time I'm like 17, 18. Nah, I was like 16, 17. And so we were go with him. It was him and Adam. He was always with Adam.
He still is
right?
always with
Okay,
Adam.
all right.
Shout out Adam.
Adam, shout out Adam. Hey, you see,
Still
Adam.
with you.
Go the way. So yeah, we're with him, and I remember that night, security didn't show up. So the club owner, I don't know who it was at the time, he's like, hey, can you guys do security? I'll give y'all, I'll break y'all off, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. We knew most of the people there, right? So I'm just like, like thinking in my head, like I'm
We got it.
16, 17-year-old.
It's a nice check.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking, I'm
Easy.
like, okay, yeah, I got this. I was like, I'll put on a shirt for a couple of hours. I'm like, make some money. All right, cool. What could happen? Well, so the night's going great. All right, cool. And then they do the wet T-shirt contest. They used to have like this little kiddie pool, and they would do it, and finishes up, right? So then everybody's chilling, drinking. So the club owner's like, hey, take out the pool. I need you to take out the pool, take it out back. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So me and Vale grab this pool, and we start dragging it. And keep in mind, the pool was like filled with like cash, right? Where people were like throwing money at the girls, right? So I'm just like, hey, pull the pool. Come on, hurry up. This is wet ass money, right? So we go out the back door, via Sorrento in Bradenton, and the door, bam, closes behind us. Now, keep in mind, it's the back door. There's no door handle to come back in. Yeah, so I'm just like, fuck. I was like, well, we're out here. We might as well count this money, right? So we grab this wet
You the bouncer and I don't want to hire.
There you go.
Glad you quit.
So
Like, we out here. Sat down.
might as well. I mean, like, shit.
Lights it up.
So we take all this money, right? Bro, it ends up being like $42. And it's like, hey, wait, pause. Fuck it. Mita, bro. Mita. All right, fuck it. So, estamos con pinches billetes escurriendo like water, dude. And we're just like, all right, fuck it. So I was like, well, nobody's going to hear us because the music was blaring. I was like, there's no point. Let's walk around the building, right?
Yeah.
So we start walking around the building, right? And then all of a sudden, we're walking, like bien campante con nuestros fucking $21 cada quien, right? So then all of a sudden, dude, boom, the fucking door swings open. One of the side doors, right? Bro, all of a sudden I hear Juan Jose on the microphone. You can ask him about this. I hear Juan Jose, we need security. and I'm thinking to myself, and I look at Vale, I was like, well, security better get down there. And then I was like, fuck,
Sounds important.
Damn.
So I'm thinking, I
don't want to be in there.
Oh, shit.
So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, security sounds like something's going down, right? So then I was like, oh fuck, that's us. And this side door doesn't have a door handle, so we have to keep walking to go through the front door. So we walk through the front door, and as we're walking through the front door, these two guys just take off running, boom, bump into us, and they take off running, right? So then we walk out into the dance floor, and we're like, hey, everybody chill, and everybody's like, all right, cool. We knew everybody there. So everybody's like, all right, cool. And we're like in the middle, dead middle of the fucking dance floor. Nobody's dancing. Everybody's just, all right, cool. And all of a sudden, dude,
In the club.
in the club, bro.
Oh, my God.
Those guys that had run out,
Ran back in.
ran to their car,
Man,
grabbed
full
their
of security.
piece, and
He
came
was,
back.
dog. He was chilling in the middle with
I was-
$21.
That was on my $21, bro.
It's okay.
Oh, my God.
Went
So,
back in to get more
Wet
money.
pockets and all. We're like in the middle of the floor. We're like, hey, cálmense, like chill out. All of a sudden, just pop, pop from behind us. Pop, 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 pop.
Oh, shit.
Yo, y'all
This
ain't
guy
getting no
just-
popcorn. This is a good-ass story.
Yeah, for real.
Damn, what happened?
So he starts like just
Dumping.
dumping. And then we jumped on the floor, everybody jumping, scrambling. So one of the girls that had been like dancing, like we're on our knees and we start going to under the stage, bro, under Juan Jose's under the stage. Bro, all of a sudden I see Vale like run beside me holding his shoulder. I was like, fuck, bro.
He got shot, though?
Bro, we get to the bottom of the stage. I'm like, "Yo, no way, you all right? You all right?" He's like, "Damn, bitch. I can't breathe. I can't catch my breath. I can't catch my breath." I was like, "Oh, fuck." So everything clears out, and I'm just like, "A ver, güey, a ver." Dude, he fucking got shot here.
No jodas.
It was a 22. It fucking bounced off one of his shoulder bones
Thank
or
God.
whatever and punctured his lung, güey.
Oh, shit.
So all of a sudden
I'm gonna ask him about this.
they call the ambulance. Llega la ambulance, way. It was me and him. So when you like get in trouble, you start like, "Que chingas puedes ir?" Like, how the fuck am I gonna get out of this one,
You
right?
did nothing wrong.
Right, but I'm thinking in my head,
Give
I'm
him
like,
$121.
yeah, exactly.
$21.
I was just like,
hospital bill.
I was like,
Yo,
"Don't
they're
cut
gonna-
his shorts. He's got $21 in there." So viene la ambulancia, güey, and I am the one that has to make that call to his sister, right? Because I grew up with this dude, right? Like, we were friends since we were like 11, 12. So I'm like, "Hey, this just happened." And then, so he gets taken to Manatee Memorial down in Bradenton, and then he gets air flown.
You didn't tell me it was going to be a sad show.
I'm sorry,
know.
dog. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry.
He
It's
don't
turned
pass away.
dark.
Oh, you
but-
know, Ale?
Yeah.
Thank God.
He's
I was
married
really
to my
getting-
cousin. He's married to my cousin.
Okay.
So,
I was really worried.
But it's like he's dead.
he
He's dead to me.
hey, he said it. He said it. I didn't say it.
Well, thank
He
God.
said it.
Guys, okay, so then what
He
happens?
said- so
You
he
ruined the
gets-
ending, wait.
He
You
gets.
ruined the ending.
You fast forwarded.
Y'all,
Started asking
a
questions.
short attention span, man.
Went to
Shit.
Reddit.
Oh, my God, then.
So he gets air flown from Manatee Memorial to St. Pete Way, and then they fucking have to like
bill.
stick a tube under his rib cage and all that shit to inflate the lung. So then the following week, it was my brother's wedding, and he was supposed to be one of the fucking best man, dude. Like, I remember that night, his sister ended up giving a ride to my house to my house, and my cousin, she was there at the club. She called her mom, who's my dad's sister. So by the time I got home, my dad knew everything. So I get home, and he's just like, "Mete pa'l cuarto." I'm just like, "Yes, sir." I went straight into the room. He's like, "We'll talk in the morning." And then, dude, like, come morning
get
time,
sleep.
Yeah,
he was like, he let me have it.
Wait, but Vale's okay.
Yeah, so Vale's okay.
What about Jose?
Wait.
Beautiful son.
Did you get paid?
$21.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
The
dude.
wet ass $21?
Yes,
What
yes.
happened to his half?
What about? No, he had his
I don't
$21
know,
in his
I don't
pocket. But
know.
what I'm trying to tell you is that what about the club didn't pay you?
Nah,
The
dude.
club's not there no more.
Yeah.
Back then, dog.
Hey,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
straight
Nah,
up.
workman's comp.
They got fired.
It wasn't one of those clubs.
Take the pool out, bro. So
Damn.
yeah, man, he spent like a week at the hospital, and then come the wedding, he fucking showed up.
50 Cent.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say these are melting already. So,
Oh, they were frozen?
but this is one of the segments we have. It's Truth or Tragos, where we ask our guest some juicy questions. They're not hard. They're not that.
But they are juicy.
But if you don't answer them, you got to take a shot.
Gotcha.
If you do
And if I
answer
don't?
them, I'll take it, or someone will take it. Yeah. Here's the first question is you've worked at a lot of clubs before, judging by
Intense stare.
management, bathrooms, decor, who had the worst club? Which was the worst club you DJ'd at?
I think he can answer since probably one of them isn't even open anymore, right?
Who knows?
Well, maybe, but one of his friends probably owned it.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, we had pretty shitty bathrooms, though. And we ain't going to even lie about it. But,
He's gonna say himself.
yeah.
You're gonna say yourself.
Hey, listen, it wasn't my fault.
Oh,
Hey, many people knew.
just take.
Say yourself.
Many people knew. All right, so I ended up in the nightclub business. I told you it was a business. So I ended up with a nightclub. as a partner turned owner. Eventually, it was Club 301, and we had it for
Legendary.
11
Legend.
years. 11 years. Listen, 11 years. Well, the first years at that place, the guys that had it before me, it was country night for many. It was a country club for many years, and I dumped every dollar we had into keeping the place open, like from roof, AC, because the place is always hot.
Bro, you brought the who of who to that place.
It
Oh,
was
yeah, I
hot, but
understand.
there was a
No,
lot
but
of
let me
people.
tell you, no, but we're
And
talking
AC
about bathrooms.
And
I'm
you,
not talking
and you
about-
brought
okay.
AC.
Before I dump on anybody else's bathroom, I gotta look at mine.
Yeah.
Yo, and all my fam, all my staff would be like, yo, these bathrooms, but we could not. One day,
I'm not gonna lie about the
day,
bathroom.
The bathroom, bro. My sister called me and she's like, yo, there's a beach in the middle of the club. The damn thing blew up and had sand throughout. This building was so old, bro. The building was 35 years when I got it. So, and no matter how much we put, we had, and there was a lift station in the back. And for the ones that don't know what a lift station is, this thing lifts the dump out into the city pipes or whatever. And I asked the old owners of it, I'm like, hey, what the fuck did y'all do with this fucking place? He's like, oh, nah, Moyo, we used to have a guy there with a truck and just go in there and he just empty it out every night. I'm like,
I love how it's a country club and he has the accent.
talking.
We just
No,
go
no,
out there
yeah.
and just.
Hey, Moyo,
Yeah,
we used
to
to.
the
Yeah, he
outpost.
gonna say that.
Oh,
If not,
The
if not,
outpost.
we'd let the shit just run. I'm like, but dudes were like, yo, he goes, we'd sit here and we'd shoot our 357s into the, and you had the bullet. I'm like, I love this place, bro. Like it was just like it's like this thing fed so many people for so many years,
Yeah.
you know. And the club is ugly, but yeah, that was
So,
I take the blame for that.
Bathrooms, 301, Moyo.
I
But
take-
worst club in
Club?
general.
I want the worst club.
No, that's what I'm saying.
a
just say-
worst club. Nah,
That-
I can't dump on nobody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah,
I really can't dump
Yeah,
on nobody
no.
else.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
If you got the worst club, you know it.
All right,
If you got the worst club, you know.
next question is, you said you're Puerto Rican, you said you're Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Which one are you more proud to be?
I tell you what. Damn. And I'm really proud.
No, I can tell.
and let me say
Yeah, we
this.
know.
Hold on.
Let me say this first.
Before I say this, I'm proud of both.
no.
Before I take this shot.
So I was in, this might have been, 96, 97. And I was DJing, I was a Mexican DJ, you know? And I had a buddy of mine, his name's Alex. Alex Babyface was on the radio every Thursday night.
Babyface.
Fits this.
So I go down.
Script,
It's a
yeah.
funny name, right? But he was pretty popular, right? He had his little show, whatever. So I go down there, and he's like, "Yo, you want to go to Palladium after this?" I'm like, "Palladium." I'm like, yeah, it's that right here, like literally right there, next to the station. I DJ there on Thursday night. He goes, and it's Mexican on the weekend. I said, oh. So I didn't know anything about it. I had gone to a previous club before that called Level 2, but it had moved over to this Palladium. So I'm like, yeah, we'll go. So I go down there, bro. My black ass.
Palladium
and
was on Armenia, right?
It still is.
On Sundays.
Yeah. No, well, on
Or
Sundays.
Before it was before
Be-
Sundays?
It was still Palladium, but back then, Thursday was like classic side to side. Saturday was like a little mixture of everything, but not Mexican. Total Mexican was different. Saturdays was Mexican.
Oh.
So I get there, and I'm like his guest. Like, I don't know nothing about this. Bro, I was raised in the fields, bro. I was raised, my music's everything's Mexican. Like, we had the first tortilleria in the state of Florida, my family.
Nice.
Yo, like I was 13 years old peddling tortillas, dog.
That's hard.
That's
No.
Mexican.
So yeah, I used to take my little Datsun, bro, and we used to go sell at the camps, and we used to go sell in Palmetto.
Shit.
And so I'm Mexican to the core when it comes to that. So I get into this club, right? And now I have this thing where my dad's Puerto Rican, but he don't sound like a Puerto Rican. My dad has like this neutral talk, and he's very like easy when he talks to you. So when I get to this club, there's a bunch of Cuban and Puerto Ricans, but it's fine by me. Women are fine as all hell, so I'm like,
Yeah.
Place is
Hey,
dope.
okay.
I've heard.
This is-
I go.
I've heard.
I go.
Yeah,
my,
heard.
Hey, my
Yep.
first girlfriend was Puerto Rican. God, like,
Oh, shit.
she got ass. And I was just like, oh.
In a personality. In a personality,
I've
too.
heard.
That's secondary, buddy. So back then, anyway. So now, so see the liquor kicking in. Y'all better stop. So,
This for the Patreon. This for the Patreon.
so I get to the place, and he toca that he has to introduce me now. Now I can't. Some of these are very public figures today in Tampa. So
Okay.
back then, we're in the DJ booth, and he's like, "Hey, this is my buddy DJ Moyo, ba ba ba." And Alex, he don't know no better. He's like, "Yo, he's Mexican and Puerto Rican." Dude, it's a Cuban cat. Motherfucker says, what? He like, arriba, and doing shit like this. Dog, it's like kicking me in the nuts. I'm like, hey man, fuck all you. Like, what the fuck's wrong with y'all? And they're like, ugh. And I'm like, why y'all act like that? And to me, that was a total disrespect, dog. Cause it's like I'm Mexican first. Cause that was like, I just remember it like just really like bugging me, bro. And I'm like, who give you the right to judge somebody? Like, cause throughout my whole life, I swear to God, like Mexican people, we the hardest working. Like, there's just nothing nigga, they will cross fucking, not only them, Hondurans, El Salvadorians, they will cross
Guatemalans.
fucking borders, bro, to get
Walking.
here and bust their shit for these fuckers to come up and say some bullshit like that. And I can't say those three in that fucking DJ booth did it. It ain't just them.
Yeah, not speaking for them.
It's everybody. Like
Fuck
yo,
the
you could
DJ
say
booth.
like
Fuck the booth.
60% of them, bro. Like that was like, I could tell you out of every 10 I meet, bro, it's always that. They would look down.
Yeah.
But they want their music to play there, the artists. The artists want Mexico. If you don't make it in Mexico, you don't make it nowhere in the world. You understand that? Like, to me, that's huge. Huge. And so that to me, like, I remember going to the Consulado Mexicano for one of their September 16th Independencia days. And they like, yo, Moyo, would you come up on the stage and say hi? Yeah, don't give me the mic. I got up on there, bro. I'm like, yo. I said, I'm 50-50. I said, but today, I'm 99.9. You know what I mean? Because to me, I'm very proud, and I've read everything I could read on Puerto Rican heritage. Believe me, I was like, but my Mexican heritage, I can't front. It's the one because it's like.
Do you feel like the Mexican heritage or like the Mexican community is
Yo,
what, like
do
really?
I gotta say no to another one?
No, you don't.
Like I'm about like, what's going on, Julio?
Wait, so what answer was that? I'm not sure.
Do I feel like the heritage? What?
Do you feel like it's the Mexican people who have like really?
I'll take this for you.
Yo, we empty. Where's the bartender, dog?
As he
I know
said-
you don't want her on the in front of the camera. Like if somebody just like step to it, like for real.
But I mean, do you feel like it's like the Mexican community who's like really taking you in and like made you like?
Oh, totally.
Yeah?
Yeah, no. And it's like at the end of the day, we were, I was a kid that had to come out and prove himself.
Yeah.
And but I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I'm in the VIP section at the club and the guys from Honduras, and my man's just like hugging on me, like just like, bro, you don't understand. And he's like, when you're on the radio, what you're doing and the music and this and that. He goes, and when you go, think about it. And when I said when you get on this mic at the club and you make us feel the way to hear that, bro. I'm a kid that was born in now my mama like Tampa General, raised in the campo. They had to like fight because he looked black
Right.
against Mexicans and because he couldn't speak English to blacks. Like, so to come that way, and then I had to earn their respect.
Yeah.
That's like the kid named Sue thing. I had to earn that.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Now everything else is beautiful. Now it's they're like to have him at my party is like.
All right.
But all that's secondary. You know, it's like, to me, the first thing was you got to get them to love you. It's like, yo, but my dad told me at the very beginning of everything, that day, the same day of the mic, I told him the story about the microphone. He said, if you don't learn how to use that mic, you're never going to make any money. But it won't, besides the money, the biggest, I think, lesson that he taught me was without getting emotional about it. He said, there's always going to be somebody that's faster, better looking, more agile than you. Don't ever think you're the best. Don't ever think you're the best. Like, welcome people in. So anyone that ever comes to me and says, yo, I want that. I want to learn what you do. Open your arms up to them. Yeah. Don't matter, at the end of the day, they rob you blind, because then you know you can't fuck with them. But then they only take from you what they took. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, humility is like everything, bro. And that's what in any business that you're in and anything that you do in life, you really got to be open to that. Don't think that you're the top, and people come up, Moyo, es que tú eres la verga, güey, que la chingada. I'm like, bro, I'm like, you can say whatever you want. I said, I appreciate you. I appreciate that. I was like, but you ain't never going to hear it out of my mouth. Right. I was like, because I'm just going to do what I do. Mm-hmm. I've had guys come up to me and say, Mo, I know we competition. And I'm like, yo, bro, I ain't got no competition. And you ain't got no competition. Our only competition is ourselves, bro. Because someone taught me, I hope you guys know this, and like, we have a thing, only thing about our culture is how we hold each other down instead of raise each other up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have what's called that crab effect. Have y'all heard that before?
Yeah.
A crab's in a bucket, that motherfucking crab trying to come out. And the other crabs, they're trying to pull him down. Yeah. And that right there is what screws us up. But when I can tell you guys that you guys are doing an amazing job at what you guys are doing here today.
Appreciate it.
And then 10 years from now, with consistency, you're going to be beasts.
Appreciate that.
But don't ever think that you're the best. Just keep going. And you don't have competition out here. You guys are just, the only competition is yourselves. So it's the end of the day. And that's what we got to do. And if you can raise anybody up along the way, do it, bro. Do it. Because that's what's going to push us forward. So,
thank you, man.
I'm going to step off the pastor thing, because I told y'all I could be a pastor. Julio's working on our licensing now. We're opening a church. We're opening a church right here in Ruskin. Right here in Ruskin. We're opening it up.
Wait on it.
Salud.
I'm out, but maybe after this we'll get ourselves one. But yeah, no, I mean, just like any entrepreneur around you're a legend. People see you as a legend from here. And me personally being in the same, trying to be in the same business as you that's where I want to get to. Yeah. Do everything you're doing. And not just, for money, but I see when you go to these churches, I see when you go to these schools and stuff, and that's real nice.
Yeah, everything has to come from our heart. Everything that we do, you know, you guys, it's like a marriage. You guys are married to each other.
Yeah.
So you guys gotta love each other. You guys gotta push forward. You guys gonna fight. You guys gonna do this. You gonna do that. But you gotta push forward.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. I have a good, shit. I told I can't call him my best friend because I have a best friend for when I was little and I don't want him to get mad.
Yeah.
I said, but that man over there, my manager, bro.
But you can have two best friends.
I don't know. Best is one.
He's hearing it now, like, fuck.
Yeah, so it's like, but he
Texted
like
you
at the
right
end
now.
of the day, I tell him all the time. I was like, yo, like we have to have each other. We have to have each other.
Yeah. It's up to you guys.
I think.
Yo ya tengo el permiso.
Well, I'm single, so whatever.
So that was the last question then, right? That was it?
I have some more stuff, but I'll ask you off of air. I mean, the one was going to be,
last one.
I mean, you look.
We could do a flash round.
Yeah. Flash
Quick
round.
question, yes, no.
Quick question. You've been in, so many clubs, so every night, maybe like 3 times a week, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
how's your hearing? You haven't lost.
Moyo.
You haven't lost.
I mean,
You're getting up there.
Yo,
We wrapped up a long time ago. We just been.
no, it's not good.
How long till you get hearing aids?
It's not good.
Okay.
But for the DJs out there,
What do you
you,
suggest?
you can mix low. One of the best DJ, if not the best DJ, my good buddy, DJ Corne, I call him El Jarocho Número Uno. When I put on his headphones to listen to him
Blast
mix it,
him.
no, it's so low. I'm like, damn. Like, he don't need
Yeah, I keep it low.
It just don't got to do it. Me, I need to feel the music. It's
Feel
just
it,
something.
Yeah, or sometimes you just don't even use
Yeah.
it.
So, yeah, but keep
I know
it
you're
low. Keep it low.
Anyone?
What are some of your like as a DJ? What are some of your like pet peeves? Like what pisses you off being in the booth? That,
Hey, play.
Play this song. Play Bad Bunny. Play
I like, yo, I just played it. But I think drunk people.
Oh.
It's very ironic that I'm in the club business, but I think drunk people. And people ask me all the time, like, oh, we'll be at a quinceañera, a wedding, or an event, and they'll be like, yo, we're going to the club after you. I'm like, don't go.
Please don't. I ain't gonna meet you there.
It's a different crowd. Like, it's just, I have moms trying to take their kids. Don't take your kids. because at the end of the day, it's a different
Yeah, people don't
situation. It's
understand
dangerous.
yeah.
My mama told me, it's like, there's nothing in the streets that's safe after 9. And it's like, that's so true. It's
That's
like,
true.
you don't have no reason to be out there. And if you're out there, you better know the risk.
Has there ever been a night where you're just like, I don't want to fucking do this tonight?
That's why I like being the boss.
Every damn night.
That's very interesting. Yeah. And because I say it all the time. I don't.
How often does this happen, Julio?
I'm out.
But when I get to the like quinceañeras, weddings are my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I will always do that. So because I think to me that an event is a personal event to me. The first thing I tell them is thank you for having me because somebody trusted me with the most important part of their life, which is a wedding or a quinceañera. Right. To me, that is better than a night of drunkenness.
Boy has something for you.
You hit me.
Did you take that shot?
No, here it is.
That's the
All right,
question.
that's a lot.
That was the question. Not too late.
This is speculation. This is just I've been hearing.
Speculation.
This is just I've been hearing on the rumor mill.
All right.
Whether truth, whatever you want to do. Is it true that my dad beat you in a game of poker? And
He's
if that and to
in
follow up,
1996.
how is your poker game? Because I have sources telling me that
Your dad is like the best poker player.
Whoa, that's
Hey,
nice.
Wow.
hey,
My
hey,
man.
Shout out Daddy
Hey,
Specs.
no.
Daddy's back.
I don't know if he's like playing us. Cause my man be in there like tipsy, dog. Like
Oh, so he
That's
looks.
the best
uh,
poker
I'm trying to tell
face.
you, he got the. That's what I'm saying. He's like. That's his face.
That's really accurate. We're gonna put a fist in his face right here.
No, that he just.
He'll go like this. Like, he'll go like this.
Rudy, can we put a side by side of Specs' dad?
No, he just looks like that. Actually.
Rain Man, bro. He's Rain Man.
That's
Bro.
a trap. That's a trap. That's a trap.
And he'll take it, bro. He'll take it. And me, I had really good poker nights, but like the latter part of this time, like for some reason, I just turned it into like I'm just happy to be here.
Oh, here we
Like
go.
I'm happy to be
Just-
there.
yeah.
And we sit there like, and
That's
they'll
what
be like,
losers say.
No. My boy Manny will tell you. My boy Manny will be like, Mo, will you stop talking? Will you stop talking and play? I'm here to fucking conversate. Like I
just
have no
blessed.
friends. Like my friends are here, motherfucker, so we gonna talk. That's
all
like, no,
just-
but they thinking of their
go.
light bill or some shit. Now I'm like, that's what I tell them. You worrying about your light bill. I here to chill out and eat pizza and fucking play. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even worried about it.
You're
And
here
they-
for a good time.
yeah,
Everyone's
and
like,
they
"Dude, hurry up."
they thinking, damn, gas is up, nigga. I gotta win this, you know. And poker to me is more of a camaraderie.
What's the most you've won in a poker game?
No,
Ooh.
that's terrible. I remember how much I've lost, but I'm not a
the
big
losses
bettor.
you
You gotta
remember.
pay taxes.
Yeah, it's a Trix knows about the like promotion game. Like people bring all these big groups and things like that. That's a big ass risk. I've always told myself, bet on the sure shot
Shit,
yourself.
sometimes you win by breaking even.
Yo, yeah, you just did not lose. So
Hey,
bet on yourself.
That's a
Most of the
question
time.
that I want to get to.
Yo,
How does that work? Like, say for example, you got your club, you're the DJ, you're the boss. Who decides vamos a traer aquel grupo. Like who, like,
Well, he's the boss.
it,
You just said
like
it.
is it
you
like
do at the end of the day. But in any business, you
And
gotta
those times too,
decide.
you're not gonna be the DJ for that.
Yeah, no, yeah. My business is a little bigger. Like I think as far as what I do is a little bit different. I'm more of an at this point. It's shit.
Where you have people come all the time with suggestions who they want to bring. It's up to you. You're the boss.
Here's
But-
a real simple. Like Tricks coming, he's like, man, I got pick an artist. Tricks.
Fuerza.
Mexican.
Yeah.
We'll just say someone if you had like a little small place. Say we had right now like El Chapo or something.
Let's just say here, bro. Like Tricks goes, yeah, man, I really want to bring him. So the club owner has choices. It's like, well, Tricks, I'll just buy him off you, and Tricks will go happy with his money, which is the best bet for Tricks.
Yeah.
And then I, as the club owner, would take the risk. It's like, yo, nobody came. I gave Tricks the money. Now I have my head in my ass. But
I win.
or I recognized the opportunity. It was good. I took the money and I made some money on it. You know what I mean? So it just became. I remember the first time I made like any bank at the club. Like the first time, I bugged out. I was just like,
with a band?
no, with me
Oh,
by
okay.
myself. And that's why I told myself, I was like, your best bet is yourself. If I go in a club and only those first 8 people came, I ain't have to worry about nobody else but me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I did what I was gonna do. But if I want to take a big risk, you go to the casino every day, don't mean you're gonna win.
Right.
And same thing. So it's like
So
it
there's
goes
been
both
some
ways.
nights where you're just like, oh, this bombed.
Oh,
always
oh
gonna-
yeah.
Yeah.
My first part, hey, y'all want to hear my first promotion was in Waimama at the Waimama Civic Center. Yo, I'm like, I don't know where the hell I got this idea. It was when Puff Daddy had that one song with Mace, Ain't Nobody Gonna Slow Me Down. Oh no. So I'm like, that was me. That was my shit. I'm like, yo, we're gonna get this spot right here, and we're gonna have pizza in it. We're gonna have the door. I'm gonna be DJing, boy, Moyo Time DJs, bro. We had like 25 people, dog. And I was like, damn, I couldn't even pay the pizza. But what happened? The Selena movie came out that night.
Ooh. And
It
in
was,
Waimama?
it was the opening. Yeah, no razón.
Shit like that happens, man.
I was like, what do you mean Selena movie came out today?
Bro, stuff like that you gotta watch where everything's happening. Competition,
You
like
learn.
The
You
biggest
learn. Yeah.
movie.
you see
Like-
you see this club's bringing this artist, you'd be like, all right, well I gotta do something this night. Like
Yeah.
you always gotta be watching.
Yeah, that's how that game is. I mean,
Yeah, bro.
but I was just talking to somebody the other day about it. I was like, hey, you got to decide if you're gonna in any business that you do. It's like you guys in the podcast business, so you got to decide what kind of people you're gonna deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's sharks out there in the water. You know, do you want to swim with them?
Yeah, and I was gonna bring that up too, is like how he was talking about who you bring to your place. You could bring someone that you know that's gonna do good, but that's not your genre, that's not your crowd. And sometimes you gotta think about caring more about your crowd than about the money. Cause sometimes you could be like, you're a Mexican spot and oh well, damn, I'm gonna bring this big hip hop artist.
Like Nas. I'm gonna bring Nas here.
Because I'm gonna make his hip hop artist, I know I'm gonna make money.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not the way to go.
Yeah.
And
No, at the,
That
end,
happens
at,
a
the,
lot.
yeah, at the end of the day, it's like you got to cater to your crowd.
Unless you need new bathrooms.
Following up with that, what's your favorite grupo or favorite singer that you brought personally to your
So Rudy just
Ooh.
asked, for the people that can't hear, is who is DJ Moyo's favorite group that he's brought or singer that it's
I have some cool ass favorites.
yeah.
Yeah. Probably by all time. Yeah, he would think it's seen him, right? No, there's a couple for different reasons. Do we still got time or we over time?
We got time.
Dude, we
Okay.
are here for you, bro.
Yeah.
we just added more
Yo ya
more
tengo
batteries.
el permiso, güey. Ya tengo el permiso. No hay pedo. Hasta las 2, 3 de la mañana.
Baby Moyo's here.
Eh,
Mira, look, I'm gonna send you a picture.
I promise, I
So I
promise.
can prove it. I'm gonna FaceTime right now.
Ando con el Moyo. Wait, what? Wait,
El
what?
Moyo.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
Is that, how do you spell that? 2 L's?
That's Moyo's doing.
Oh, he was over there.
I gotta
looking
send proof, porque si no,
Doctors know.
valiendo madre. Next
Doctors
episode, ponte la niño.
what had happened was
Moyo chingada.
No, I did get a lot of questions. I said, "Oh, this week I'm gonna have El Moyo," and they're like, "What? You're gonna be with El Moyo?"
No, favorite groups. It has to be favorites, man, because it's just like my first band.
Yeah, who was your first band?
You're about, I
You
gotta
were
take.
like-
Was
text my
Jaime Los
wife.
Chamacos.
Ooh.
Damn. Pee break, really, dog? That's what happens.
said
That's why y'all cut it to an hour.
Yeah, text his wife. Let her know. Send a pic.
This was overtime. The show's over. This is overtime.
Peach.
So the Jaime Los Chamacos was the first band.
What year?
Oh, shoot, 99, 98, 99.
Okay.
So what happened was that Jaime de Anda,
¿Dónde, güey?
Spurs in Ybor
Okay.
City.
Yeah, Spurs.
But he came over and like he started telling jokes, and like before the night even started, and me and him became really good friends. And then he gets on stage and does this amazing show. So he was one forever, ever. I would always keep in my memory about that. It was just one of those things that just got me started because from him it led me to Albert Zamora. And all these groups just kind of kept falling. Then until I got to bigger acts, you know. But
What was your like, oh shit, I can't believe I just landed this artist. Like, I can't believe.
you know, Larry Hernandez in his time when he first came out. Came to 301, and we got him to come out, and it was just like I couldn't believe this dude was on our stage, and you know, I mean, our club capacity was like 729, and like, you know,
2 bathrooms, 2 stalls.
yeah, it was bad.
And a
It was
sand
bad.
beach.
It was a sand beach. It was like,
And the shitter out back.
We're at 357s.
just let it flow, Moyo. Just let it flow. So that's literally
What me and my
happened.
sister did is we just let it overflow in the back.
That's exactly what. But Larry was like huge.
Yeah.
When he first came out, it was like crazy. But I remember, I could tell you one group in particular that blew my mind because I walked away with so much. I hate talking about money, but I walked away with so much money in one night. I was just like,
What the hell?
I like counting it better.
yeah, it was unreal. Like they called me for on Costumbre, and I was in downtown, and La Costumbre, they're beautiful. They're like
Wait. La Costumbre with Jose Zamora or
the
without?
first one. Yes,
The
Zamora.
Okay.
Oh.
So what happened was and this is twofold. The first time I was at 112, they called me. They're like, "Yo, Costumbre lost a gig on their Saturday. Can they head to your place after their first gig?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I put out a flyer like on fucking like
What year, Moyo?
Wednesday.
Because I think I went to this one. Is it 2007?
No, wait, hold on. It might have been
Because
6 or 7.
112 was
Yeah, 6 or 7,
2007,
something like
6.
that. Yeah. So
Yeah, wait.
they only came one time. So the one time at 112, if you were there,
Sí, esa noche fui, güey.
estaba hasta la madre.
Estaba hasta la madre, güey.
Okay, so
And it's on
yeah,
YouTube, too.
yeah, behind the scenes,
Me and my wife
I'm
went.
like,
but-
yeah, sure, let's do it, bro. But so many people. But it was so many, so many people went. I was just like, I was blown, bro. It
Yeah.
was, and I was like, I need
Shout
to
out
do this
Wifey.
shit every week.
That's my favorite band, by the
Yeah?
way. I just want to let the record
They're amazing.
show. Yeah.
So
can
fast forward to 301.
Shout out, wifey.
They hit me up. They're like, "Yo, Costumbre's in town. Can you take them?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'll do the band." They didn't tell me they lost their singer. So
I think I went to that one too, and I found out the hard way. I was like,
everyone did,
who
bro,
the fuck is that
including
guy?
me.
Yeah.
Wait,
But
wait.
301 at the time, we were doing 600 or 700 people. I remember. I was like, "Oh," and the night we had Costumbre with no singer.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I
Dude,
remember.
their animador was like with the phone and the paper reading the lyrics.
No.
No, but listen
What?
what happened. Like, I had like 1,300 people in there. I remember telling people, saying, listen, they're here for 2 sets. Guys, go to the back, come back for the second set. You'll be more comfortable. Plus, my AC was colder in the back. I had 2 sides to the club. So I was like,
Yeah.
But again, they
We
broke the
remember.
they broke the ceiling.
I was
though.
sweating.
They broke the ceiling of numbers, and after that, 301 was crazy. It was always 1,400 people through those doors. And I remember for a long time till like the fire marshal showed up.
No, you got
It's
it.
like, hey, dude.
I've seen. I remember going to 301 for Costumbre, Signo.
They always
I
do
remember
I
when
used to do them on Thursdays.
Zamorales, when
Zamorales.
when the guy
Party
ended up
animal.
making up his own band
Uh-huh.
from
With
Costumbre.
your wife.
And then
With his wife.
With my wife, by the way. Okay. And
Checking all the dates right now.
yeah, for real. She's like, the math is mathing up.
he's
The
right.
math is mathing
Yeah.
up. But I mean, that was like the go-to. It was like, yo,
Yeah, bro.
let's go. Like, yeah,
I used to
fuck
do
yeah.
I used to do $3 concerts because it was 301. It was crazy. It was like just
Wait.
crazy stuff. But you know when
I know a girl that does $3 concerts too. That's something different. That's for the Patreon. I'll talk about it later.
That's
I
next
was
week.
gonna
She
talk-
lives on
I was gonna
301.
talk about what's your like go-to text because I know you
My
probably
go-to,
get it. I always get it. Your go-to text when you're doing a show and hey DJ Moyo, I'm outside,
Ooh.
and it's someone like you didn't really want to. Because you can get anyone. I can get anyone. And what's your go-to text? You left on red.
where's the shot? I just took a shot. Because this happens all the time. Man. It's like happens all the time. It's like it'll be the biggest nights that I DJ. Where it's like Halloween or
They don't remember you all
Memorial.
year long
Yo,
until that.
until they're out in this line that's around the block.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yo, Mo, we outside." But okay,
I
to be
hate
fair,
those.
if I'm DJing, I see my phone
No, yeah, you
with all
see
these
it.
texts. But I'm DJing.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Dude,
That's a
I
good-
see
Like, because I ignore it. Like, I see that, but I have to because I'm DJing.
You're working.
And in my own way, I psychologically psych
working.
my ass out. Like
Yeah.
to say,
No, I'm
it's
asking
okay.
because I just got that text from this guy
Yeah?
last week.
Yeah. The day of, too.
The same. Anyways,
hey,
Like, hey,
but
bro,
this
can I get
next
in?
one that's coming up, I've told you with plenty of time. I'm just saying.
But he's DJ. we DJ.
He's
No,
gonna,
so
he-
that's-
let me know what I could say.
which,
Oh,
by the way,
yeah.
he never
Yeah.
responded
Every
to my text
time.
message.
Yeah, no.
I'm
Oh,
trying
but
to figure out what to
but
say.
I hate those texts, man. Like, can I call you later?
You hear that? Hey, he just said, stop texting him.
Oh, yeah, no, it's tough.
I'm outside.
Well, it's like, do they understand that you're literally doing something? Like, it's like when you're at Bank of America, I'll tell you, hey, dog.
Hey, I'm outside.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, I'm outside.
Hey, wait, I'm in this
Pull
drive-through.
up.
Can you help a brother out? Yeah,
let me get
it's like, no, I get it. I wait. It's like,
So those people
Yeah.
ain't getting
Yeah.
So you just leave him on red because you're working.
well, to a certain extent, then I get in.
Well,
there
Julio
afterwards.
replies.
Yeah, he does a lot of that for the Facebook. Yeah, he does a lot. Yeah,
It's Julio outside.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
people left
yeah.
on red.
Julio's outside.
yeah.
Hey,
so-
DJ Moyo, I'm here.
But yeah, but he'll hit me up in the middle of the night because I will read him like as soon as he hits me up. But he'll hit me up. So and so has gone on Facebook and said that they are. I have a lady
A hater?
about 6-7 weeks ago. Julio texted me and he's like, "Yo, this woman drove from Fort Pierce, which we're on the west. Never eat soggy waffle. I'm on the west coast of Florida, and on the east coast of Florida. So these people drove 3 hours to go to the club because you're there. Don't matter what club it is, but they showed up because you're there. So it's like you have to pay attention to that. So Julio's like, this lady drove from Fort Pierce to be at the club tonight, and I'm like, oh. So I read that, and now I send shout outs. Now, this lady's trying to find her way to the DJ booth because it's packed, but it's like, she's happy as shit. It's like, you got to show love to that kind of stuff. So,
You know what I hate too is like when they come up to the booth with money, asking for a song that is just gonna make everyone
Yeah.
like cockroaches when you turn on the light. Just
Yeah.
I hate that. I'll be like, nah, I'm good. But
Yeah.
I got you.
There's a couple things in you.
But I got you.
There's a couple things in you when you're DJing. It's like you want to help them, but damn it, dog. 'Cause I know you're in
My
your
go-to is
I know you're in your
oh.
feelings. You know, you're in your feelings and you want to play that shitty ass song. I know this.
Oh,
But you gotta listen to that. But
That's a really shitty
You
song.
gotta play that shit on the way home, bro.
no, yeah. My go-to is like I was like, oh yeah, I got you. Let me just play these
So
couple
you just
songs.
lie.
No hablo, no hablo, no hablo.
Then they hate you. I'll be honest. I'm like, hey,
Or
look,
they ask
that's
you
a
for
bad
a song that's from the different genre of the place you're playing it. Like I told you, I DJed at a Latin spot,
Yeah.
Spanish, which some people be like, Spanish, so that's like, oh, Mexican music? What?
Oh.
I was like, no. What? Hold on.
Oh, you don't got a pet peeve, bro? Like, to me,
No, but I'm saying.
no.
they-
Julio knows where I'm going with
at
this
a Latin
because,
spot, and they ask for corridos.
wait, Mexican is Latin. Why are you saying that, Tricks? Mexicans be like, we are Latin as fuck. We get no more Latin. We're the biggest Latino
Latin Americans,
country
yeah.
in the world. Like, is Spain bigger than us? Because we're huge.
I don't
Mexico's huge, and we got the United States. We're like 50% Mexican.
Or when they say, oh,
But
play.
then they're like, yo, Latin music is salsa, merengue, bachata. And they're like, so Mexican music is not Latin? That drives me crazy.
Latinx.
It's like that dude
What
going
do you
arriba,
consider?
arriba,
What do you
arriba when they
consider
tell you
yourself?
Mexican. You know
Latino?
what I'm saying? Huh?
Are you Hispanic or Latino? What do you consider?
You're both.
You're both.
Yeah.
You're both. That's what you're
But
saying.
I'm saying, like, if like
Yeah, like Hispanic, yeah, but I'm Latino all day.
Yeah.
Yo, but don't
like
tell
in
me that
English,
Latino
I'm
means salsa merengue and not cumbia.
Right.
Dog. Or Latino
Hispano.
is not Vicente Fernández. Dog, come on, dog. Vicente Fernández es el más Latino, el más chingón from all times, dog. But
a good argument.
somebody,
That's also something
But
that
somebody
I
came
can
along
play
and did that to us.
at the end, at the Spanish spot. Like Vicente Fernandez at the end, everyone's going to sing it.
Right. Yeah. But it's like, but he's Latin, bro. Like, it's like, like,
No.
but
we're
they
changing Latins be like. Okay?
Yeah, it's like, yo, we Latin all day, dog. Don't try to hijack our names.
And Spaniards.
We are on the right show, though. Mexicans be like, yeah.
We're not wrong. We're not wrong.
Jesus.
Yeah, very careful.
That's Mexicans be like,
Right. Sounds
no.
about right.
Damn.
Nah, but dang. There's so many things we could just keep talking
Oh, no, we
like,
could. No,
about-
but at the end of the day, though, you got to think about, like, I remember the first, in 99, I remember the first mariachi that walked into the club, and I wasn't hip to it. Like, I loved it when I first heard it. I said, oh, my God, this is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And then I really got into our culture because of it. You know, it's like, if you're going to dabble in it, no, like, engulf yourself in it, you know? When I went to Premios Juventud, it wasn't about, like, just me playing music while the artists or introducing them, right? Mm-hmm. It was about learning about the TV production, everything that went along with that kind of thing. It's like, it's what we love to do. You're a DJ, you know, you're an MC, you do all these, it's like, I want to learn production.
Yeah, I
wanna
feel like
learn
anything you
everything
go to, you gotta do your research, man.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you go to.
Like, dive into it.
You're gonna go apply at a new place, learn a little bit about the business.
Don't go up in there without it. Yeah, be part of it. Yeah, enjoy what we do. Like you guys are amazing hosts, bro. You come in from the moment you guys got here, like you guys are taking care of us. Like it's like, come on, man.
We try.
Yeah, like that's amazing, yo. So,
sir.
But we're running out of time, yo.
Yeah.
All right. I think we'll call it. I mean, we could honestly sit here all night
Yeah.
and talk. So
You got my man.
I just want to thank you for taking the time.
Yes,
I know you
sir.
could have been doing anything else on a Tuesday night, but thank you for being here with us.
Thank you,
We
bro.
really appreciate it. I appreciate it. So
No, I applaud you guys. I applaud everything you guys are doing. Amazing job.
Mutual. Everything's mutual.
Kick butt. Specs, your music is amazing.
Oh,
Sir,
Your music is
we
amazing.
appreciate that.
Are you continuing? You rocking?
Yes, of course.
you should hear some new stuff.
It's pretty. It's
Yeah.
coming. It's coming.
Has
as
more
they say.
pain in it. But that's for something that
That's for the Patreon.
Patreon.
That's for the Patreon.
we're out. Oh, it's more real.
he's gonna start asking for songs.
From blood in, blood out.
He's
From
gonna
blood in,
start.
blood.
He's
It's
gonna
more
start
real.
asking
In the
for
fetal
songs.
position.
Moyo, can you play this song?
Dog,
know
you
you're
gotta
feeling
play that
right
on the way home.
Tell him,
You
Specs,
gotta play
I
that
am
on
home. All right, this has been Checo.
Oh, we're Specs.
DJ Tricks.
Your boy DJ Moyo.
Yes, sir.
See you on the next one.
God bless.